They're not looking for noise. And they're exhausted by emotional chaos. Younger women aren't attracted to age. They're attracted to what time forges in a man. Calm when things fall apart. Strength that doesn't ask to be noticed. And a man who has faced life without letting it break him. This isn't attraction. This is gravity. 1. Maturity and stability. You've probably noticed it. In tense moments, some men get louder, others get quieter. Younger women instinctively move toward the second kind. When a man doesn't rush to react, doesn't escalate, doesn't need to win the moment, he becomes a point of emotional stability. Psychology calls this a secure base. Humans naturally gravitate toward those who remain grounded when the environment becomes unstable. During the 2008 financial crisis, Warren Buffett didn't rush to reassure or dramatize the situation. He stayed calm, invested quietly, and later said, "You can't control the market, but you can control your reactions." When you understand this, you stop trying to dominate situations. You become consistent, predictable in character. And your calm starts speaking louder than words. 2. Life experience. There's a reason younger women listen more closely to men who speak less. It's not the story, it's the weight behind it. The human brain responds to experience that's been paid for. A man who has failed, lost, and recovered doesn't need to announce his depth. His presence carries it. Keanu Reeves rarely talks about the losses he's endured. When asked, he once said, "Grief changes shape, but it never ends." That quiet acceptance is why people see depth in him, not because he explains pain, but because he lives with it. Once you understand this, you stop trying to impress with your past. You let the way you move through the present reveal who you've become. 3. Wisdom and quiet generosity. Younger women aren't drawn to men who always have answers. They're drawn to men who speak only when it matters. Behavioral psychology shows that advice is only received when the listener feels respected. A mature man doesn't try to solve someone else's life. He creates clarity and lets them arrive at their own conclusions. Steve Jobs once said the most important moments in his life came not from being told what to do, but from conversations that helped him see things for himself. Clarity comes when you connect the dots. He said, often only in hindsight. When you understand this, you stop proving your intelligence. You offer insight sparingly. And people leave conversations with you feeling stronger, not smaller. 4. Emotional intelligence. You can see it clearly. Women stay longer with men who listen without interrupting. Not because those men talk less, but because they make others feel safe. The nervous system only opens when it senses safety. A man with emotional intelligence doesn't rush to fix, doesn't escalate conflict, doesn't weaponize vulnerability. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison learning that true power comes from self-control. He once said the strongest person in the room is the one who can master his reactions under pressure. When you understand this, you slow down. You listen fully. And your calm becomes an invitation, not a defense. 5. Financial stability. Younger women rarely say it directly, but their behavior shows it. They relax around men who aren't anxious about the future. Psychologically, this comes down to foundational security. When basic stability is present, the mind has space for connection instead of survival. Jeff Bezos once said real freedom doesn't come from money itself, but from building systems that remove constant worry. That quiet preparedness creates a sense of safety for everyone around him. When you understand this, you stop displaying success. You build quietly. And let stability speak for itself. 6. Respect. One pattern is consistent. Women commit emotionally to men who respect them, not control them. People only bond deeply when they don't feel the need to shrink themselves. A mature man doesn't compete with ambition. He supports it. Denzel Washington once said true power doesn't come from forcing authority, but from how you treat people when you don't have to impress them. When you understand this, you stop leading with dominance. You lead with consistency, attention, and respect, especially in the small moments. 7. Quiet confidence. In the end, everything points back to one thing: confidence that doesn't need to be announced. Younger women sense when a man isn't searching for approval. That steadiness doesn't come from words, it comes from identity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." When you live by that, you stop trying to attract. And that's when attraction appears. A silent man doesn't chase attention. He becomes someone attention finds. If this video resonated, subscribe to Silent Stoic. So each day, you grow stronger and calmer. Which quality do you think matters most? Leave a comment below.